Time now for a rink demo presented by Bauer. Here at the rink with my main man, Darren Pang, all geared up with his fresh Bauer gear. And you saw something this past week that brought a twinkle to your eye. A little old school goaltending by an old school goalie. You want to walk us through maybe something you did a little bit more we don't see very often. The two-pad stack. Billy Ranford, if you're watching, this one goes to you.
Billy was one of the very best. And there were so many guys that we grew up watching that could absolutely handle a two-pad stack because it was an art. It was something that we worked on, Johnny. It wasn't something, Cam Ward pulled this out. It's not something he just pulled out of left field. He knows how to pull off a two-pad stack. And I think, Johnny, it's confusing for the shooters. So here's what happens. Kyle Connor's got it, and he thinks he's got a goal right here. The goaltender doesn't just flop down. He uses his right leg, slides it underneath, gets the left pad up top, and he supports it with a beautiful, magnificent glove save right there, Johnny.
Take it away. That was for a hat trick, if I'm not mistaken, for Kyle Connor. He was having a pretty good game, and it still didn't go for him. So, Panger, maybe you can explain to us the magic behind, and you're right, it is a little bit confusing. From a shooter's perspective, especially today, you expect the goaltenders to play a certain way, the reverse VH or the VH, they're going to push with their leg down. They're not going to come rolling over the two-pad stack and the glove flying everywhere, and that unpredictability makes it more difficult for a shooter to decide where he wants to go with it. So maybe you walk us through what a goaltender needs to do when he has to resort to a two-pad, because it's oftentimes a bit of a last resort.
Very much so. It's an instinctive play.
Yes.
The folks at Bauer have got some great equipment. Might be a little tall. I might need the children's pads for the next time I do this.
You've lost your upper thigh area, but that's okay. We'll get back in net.
We'll give it here. So as the play develops here, Johnny, the goaltenders, they're watching where it is. Kyle Connor's over to his left. By the time Connor, who's a left-hand shot, gets that puck, the decision is, do I come across tight to the post, lean forward? You see a lot of goalies lunging, losing their balance going forward. Or can I make the step, focus on this pad, make the step across, use that pad underneath, and now, as you see the way the pad is going to go there, and then the glove is going to be there. Your angle, it's almost smothering the angle that you have as a shooter.
Exactly right. So I'm sitting here, and you get the pad. If you're that far off the goal line, which you're not that back here, where anything under the bar is going to go in. If I'm going to shoot it over top of your pads, over top of your glove, it might go right over top of the net. And that's where Kyle Connor was facing, because Cam Moore was so far out. He comes across. Kyle Connor's like, I got an empty net. I got nothing. I'm going to hit a pad. I'm going to hit a pad. And a goal. Get in there! And the whole point is, I'm trying to get it above the glove, and I can't do it. But because he has so many pieces of gear flying around, you had your stick got one. You had your cuff get one. You got the upper pad got a couple. Maybe I could have got it between your pads, but I can't shoot that accurately. I'm just trying to put it under the net. That's exactly why this old school style can be effective when it's pulled out once in a while. You can't be doing this all the time.
No, you can't. Obviously, because if you overcommit, then you're going to be out of position, and the pass can go in the slot, and you're really looking like you're floundering. Now, listen, Bobrovsky made a save that's a little bit different, and it was a little bit different sequence, but you can see that he's trying to get to the top of his crease. It's kind of a high slot, Sedin-like redirection. Watch what he does. Whoop! And that's what I'm talking about. A lot of the goaltenders will end up pushing to their one side, and then they'll end up falling on their belly. Now, he's got great hand-eye coordination to make this save. But if you notice a lot of goaltenders, if they get down in that spot, and then they're,
finally got one up and over.
You're kind of like falling over, and you're...
Oh, there it is!
And
that's the problem, because if you don't time it and catch it, you're going to fall over. Gravity does eventually win.
And you end up like this.
Carey Price was beaten on a one-timer from Patrick Kane this past weekend, where Kane fanned on the shot. Carey Price just eventually fell over top, and the puck headed right over top of him. So
that's a 6-hole.
We need all the holes we can handle because we have enough trouble hitting the regular ones. So another way, a desperate move that goalies can use to try to bail themselves out, and their teammates for that matter.
And you know what, Mike? I think that more goalies, because it's so mundane going through practices, what's wrong with doing a little poke check, little two-pad slide drills? I think that's fun for the goaltenders. It's athletic.
Yeah, I was checking out some video from this week. I also saw some pretty unique ways that goalies were making saves. So we take a look at some of great saves we saw throughout the years. And here's, now, hang on, is that a Darren Pang sighting? Also being reactive, being athletic, kicking them out left and right. Not necessarily covering the crossbars, playing a little deep. Oh, playing a little out. Oh, look at that. Oh, get the paddle. Is that Dominik Hasek paddle down before the paddle down even existed? Oh, there it is. Get across, Panger. Watch your hamstring. That is beautiful. and that is Darren Pang, the originator, and some great desperate goaltender moves we've seen here this past week on the demo rink.
That's great stuff. Panger had the 6-hole, which was,
Panger
above his head.
stand up there.
Well, he was. Come on, Dan.
We saw every save he made in his NHL career.
And I've told this story a million times. I scored on Panger in 1988.
You scored on him?
In the biggest game for the Devils, first time we made
Yes,
the playoffs.
yes.
So I never let him live it down.
That's right. That got you in the playoffs.
The game is a gift. Visit your local retailer or Bauer.com for great holiday gift ideas.